Good morning. Welcome to this live telecast of the 108th Battle of the Blues cricket encounter between Royal College and St. Thomas's College being played here at the Pisara Stadium. We've seen some absorbing cricket in this encounter so far after play began at 2:20 on the first day. 215 minutes of play was lost due to a wet pitch, and Thomian skipper S.K. Jayasinghe won the toss that morning and put the Royalists into bat first. At the end of the first day's play, Royal were 94 for the loss of 5 wickets, and yesterday we saw the Thomians play some very good cricket. They dismissed the Royalists for 167 shortly before the lunch break, and at the tea break they had advanced up to 108 for the loss of 1 wicket. By close, they were 245 for the loss of 3 wickets and first innings lead of 78 runs. The news we have for you this morning is that the Thomians have declared at their overnight score. With me in the commentary box today is Gamini Gunasena and Neil Chamugam, and to go through the scores of the 2 innings completed so far, over to you, Gamini.
Well, we saw St. Thomas's batting yesterday, and briefly their innings. Adhikaram caught Jayasundara, bowled Pires for 9. And Bulankulume a wonderful innings of 129, and then Vishan Dimel a 71, and the not-out batsman Nisal Fernando was on 55, and Samarasekara 14. So St. Thomas's have declared at 245 for 3, and we now have Royal into bat with Anurag Fernando opening and the left-hander Rajiv De Silva. There's the St. Thomas's score sheet. Rather optimistic appeal then, with Anurag Fernando pushing forward quite a long way and that ball coming into him. Left arm medium pace bowler Egalaheva, quite an accurate bowler, and just concentrating, I'd say, on line and length at this stage. And that was a wide ball down the leg side. Should have been called a wide, but it's been given a bye. And that was Anurag Fernando, and now it's Rajiv De Silva to take strike, the left-hander. Stockily built youngster. And that is Egalaheva in the picture, about to bowl Rajiv De Silva's first ball. Egalaheva now. Ball going down the leg side. Nicely taken by wicket-keeper Nisal Fernando. It's Egalaheva in the picture again. And Rajiv De Silva, rather stocky young man. Rajiv De Silva very anxious to get his first single, which he pushed toward mid-wicket, because he scored a duck in the first innings, and it wouldn't be a good thing to collect a pair in a Royal-Thomian. That is Egalahaver's field, 3 slips. Very attacking field. Fernando a bit tentative. And at the end of that over, Egalahaver's first over, Royal 2 runs for no loss. It's a lovely day out here. Bright, blue sky, and it promises to be quite a thriller. St. Thomas's obviously well on top throughout this whole match. Calling the shots. We saw some wonderful batting yesterday from St. Thomas's. Young Bulankulame in particular, followed by Nisal Fernando, and here is Samarasekara. Sorry, it's Pujita De Silva. Yes, Samarasekara is slightly slimmer. And there you are, Pujita De Silva, about to bowl his first over of Royal's second innings, and he will bowl to Rajiv De Silva. Huge outswinger. What Royal really need now is a long partnership. Runs don't matter at this stage, it's a case of occupation. That ball moving away again. There's Pujita De Silva walking back. So Royal needing a very, very sound start here to stay in this game. Better ball, better line. Pujita De Silva's field, a very, very attacking field. 3 slips and a gully. Again, making the batsman play. This is what the Thomians must do. Pujita De Silva in your picture, turning round, picks the ball up. Again a good ball. Rajiv De Silva, very cautious. Huge appeal for LBW. slightly on the high side. So a good over by Pujita. An over-pitched ball from Pujita de Silva. And Rajiv de Silva, the left-hander, punches it through the covers. 4 runs. So the first four of the innings. Karam polishing the ball furiously and giving it back to Pujita de Silva. And that was a fine stroke indeed. Foot well into place and perfect timing. That again, Feifel very near to being a wide. Back with our monitor. Rather optimistic appeal. Rajiv de Silva well down the wicket there. 3 slips and gully. Fernando telling himself what sort of stroke he should be playing. Slightly overpitched, hit straight to mid-off. Well, it's all very quiet at this stage. The Royalists certainly wanting to dig in and hopefully for them be there at lunchtime. Rajiv de Silva there, the left-hander. Pujita de Silva, the bowler. Very quiet nudge there into the covers and a quick single.
Is a quality product from the Oils and Fats Corporation that helps increase egg production. Egg Max. To manufacture it, 80% of the raw material is purchased from local farmers. All ingredients are then carefully checked, weighed and mixed by computer process. That's why Egg Max is of better quality. Egg Max is made to a formula evolved by the Veterinary Association and is fortified with ingredients that immunize poultry against disease. Egg Max, the poultry feed that ensures greater egg production.
By Honra Fernando for a single. At the end of the over, Royal 11 runs for no loss. Rajiv de Silva on 6 and Honra Fernando on 2. Changing over for Egalaheba. Bowled 2 overs so far and conceded 2 runs. That's Rajiv de Silva there, stocky young man, very determined young man too. Vice captain of Royal. Egalaheba still, good line and length. Cut down his pace and concentrating on keeping that ball straight and letting the wicket do whatever it could at this early hour of the day. Andrew Fernando opening up a little bit now. First sign of aggression from him. Zegleheva. There's absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever. Very correct. Very fine glance, that. Down to fine leg. Picked up by Pujita de Silva. At the end of that ball, Royal still on 12, but for no loss, and that is the vital piece of information. His runs don't seem to matter at this stage. Zegleheva. Rajiv De Silva pushing forward again, getting it on the pad. So this could be the tempo of this morning session. Royal digging in, trying to survive. Again, a frustrated Zegleheva there. Bowling very good line, very good length. And at the end of the over, Royal still 12 for no loss.
Broiler Max, the poultry feed that ensures 1.5 kilograms of prime meat in just 42 days. Fat-free meat, ideal for the table. Pelletized for easy feeding. Broiler Max, a quality product of the Oils and Fats Corporation.
Like most Sri Lankans, the Abhinayakas start their morning with a good cup of tea. Any tea in particular?
Lipton, Ceylonta, it's strong and refreshing. Besides, it's Rani's favorite cup of tea.
Lipton, a trusted name in tea. Lipton Ceylonta, now in a handy economical pouch pack.
No runs. Royal still 12 for no wickets. De Silva to Andrew Fernando. And a little bit of bounce for De Silva there. That ball lifting sharply outside the off stump. Fernando very lucky not to get a touch. De Silva to Fernando. Seneca De Silva, the fielder, deep fine leg. Royal 13 for no wickets. Fernando on 4. Rajiv De Silva on 6. St. Thomas's having declared at their overnight score of 245 for 3. Lewis, the fielder, in the short leg position. Not much movement here for the Thomian bowlers. De Silva to Rajiv De Silva. A good batting wicket. Thomians must be hoping for a good bowling performance from their spinners, S.K. Jayasinghe and Senaka De Silva. Pujit De Silva to Rajiv De Silva. Good back foot defence there by Rajiv De Silva. St. Thomas's, with a lead of 78 runs, declared, and Royal, after 6 overs, are 13 for no wickets. Pujita De Silva's figures: 3 overs, no maidens, 8 runs, no wickets. Egalaheva from the scoreboard end. Lewis there to field. Fernando to 5. Royal 14 for no wicket. Egalaheva to Rajiv De Silva. Little bit of lift there for Egalaheva. But kept down well by Rajiv De Silva. Senaka De Silva, the fielder, at mid-on. It's umpire Bulgins in your picture. Adikaram, the fielder. 14 for no wickets. Couldn't get hold of that full toss. Took it somewhere in the bottom of the bat.
Regal Steel Furniture, Crossroad Baralla, for your requirements in chromium-plated steel furniture, TV stands, tea trolleys, coffee table sets, dining tables with tinted glass tops, baby cots and ironing boards.
And he will bowl to Anura Fernando. who is on 5. Very quiet start, quite naturally.
Technically correct, but
new batsman Nigel Fernando, a very young boy, just over 14 years, and Somerset to bowl to him. And I would believe that there was a little bit of bat on that shot. A rather intemperate way of starting your innings. This boy is a very young boy. And judging by the way he batted in the first innings, will certainly mature to be a batsman to be contended with. Andrew Fernando batted for 32 minutes, faced 20 balls and made 6 runs. Somerset to Nigel Fernando. And again Nigel Fernando going for that hook shot. Very lucky not to get a touch. A very nervous start by this youngster, and Somerset testing him with the short pitched delivery. Royal 16 for 1. Somerset to Nigel Fernando. And he's off the mark. Seneca still on the field at deep fine leg. End of the over, 17 for 1 Royal.
වැඩි බලයෙන් පටන්ගෙන දීර්ඝ කාලයක් පැවැත්මට ලූකස් බැටරි.
Two left-handers at the wicket. Full toss, which should have been put away. But Fernando got in two minds. Little bit of movement there for Glaheva. Fernando not quite behind that ball, but played it safely enough. Certainly both Eglaheva and Somerset holding a better line than they bowled in the first innings. Keeping the ball up the batsman on or around the off stump. A little bit of movement. Eglaheva to Nigel Fernando. On the field and that mid off. Jayasingh and Dimel and Vijay Gunawardhan slip. And once again out of your picture, Bulankulama in the gully. Had to pick that one out. Royal 17 for 1 wicket. St. Thomas's having declared the overnight score of 245 for 3, a lead of 78 runs. Running across, takes the feeding into the over. Royal 19 for 1.
Rajik De Silva on your screen was beaten in the last delivery that he faced. A good one from Johan Samarasekera, leaving the left-hander. Samarasekera has picked up the first wicket. That of Anwar Fernando. Johan Samarasekera was wavered in the first innings. He bowled at least 3 deliveries every over outside the stumps. But certainly today he has settled down to a good line right from the first over. And And he's got that attacking field of 3 slips and a gully. In the air, and there's a catch miss. A very good delivery from Samarasekera. Left the left-hand batsman Rajiv De Silva, and certainly that was catchable. Vishan Dimel failed to hold on to that catch at second slip. A good delivery from Samarasekera. And here's a replay. That's a very smooth approach to the crease. Long strides up to the wicket to get Samarasekera. Angling that away from the left-hander. De Silva committed to play, and Vishan Dimel grabbing at it, spilling the catch. The fielder at cover. He opened the bowling with Samarasekera. In pain. Sit on his jaw. There's Samarasekera. Nice action. Bowling that one short, rising, and Nigel Fernando playing it all wrong. Took his eyes off the ball. Paid the penalty of being hit on his jaw.
Here's a quality product from the Oils and Fats Corporation that helps increase egg production. Egg Max.
Like most Sri Lankans, the Abhenayakars start their morning with a good cup of tea. Any tea in particular?
Lipton, Ceylonta, it's strong and refreshing. Besides, it's Rani's favorite cup of tea.
Lipton, a trusted name in tea. Lipton Ceylonta, now in a handy economical pouch pack that seals in the flavor. Lipton means good tea.
Broiler Max, the poultry feed that ensures 1.5 kilograms of prime meat in just 4.
And Nigel Fernando has left the field after receiving that blow on his jaw. Komudu Jinadasa is on strike. Big shout for LBW, but that was angled down the leg side. Umpire Dulan Buljan says no. End of another good over from Johan Samarasekera. Royal College 20 for the loss of 1 wicket. And Nigel Fernando also in the pavilion, being hit on the jaw. Bowling for St. Thomas's so far. Egalahaver 5 overs for 6 runs. Pujitha De Silva 3 overs for 7. And here's a replay of that incident when Nigel Fernando was hit on his jaw. There you see he's taking his eyes off and his bat coming nowhere near the ball, and as he turned his head was hit on his cheek. He seemed to be in a great deal of pain. He was hobbling around, and then with the drinks coming on the field, he has retired into the pavilion. Change in the bowling now. It's skipper S.K. Jayasinghe coming on from the far end. So after 50 minutes of play, we see the spinner coming into action. Stadium pacers didn't get a great deal of assistance. Samarasekara, of course, in his 2 overs has been quite effective. Jayasinghe having 3 fieldsmen round the bat. He's got a slip, silly point and a forward short leg. Thomians declared at their overnight score of 245 for 3, having a first innings lead of 78 runs. Royal College now 20 for 1. That spun. There are a few bare patches on the pitch, and the spinners should get some turn time and again. Still pretty firm and an easy-paced wicket. Skipper S.K. Jayasinghe. Rajiv De Silva nudging it towards backward short square leg, where Seneka De Silva comes in, doesn't pick the ball up clean. The batsman crossover for a comfortable single. Seneka De Silva in your picture will also come into the action soon. He's the leg spinner, and that's umpire Tulan Buljans, one of the international umpires of Sri Lanka. He will be leaving for Sharjah shortly to umpire in the 4-nation tournament, which will be conducted next month. Rajiv De Silva has been batting confidently today. He was out for a duck in the first innings, but today he's looked very solid so far. It's glanced very fine. That's racing away to the boundary. 4 runs. Good stroke there by Rajiv De Silva. Clipped it off his pads. Hit it very fine for 4. 25 for the loss of 1 wicket, Royal College. Samarasekara going to the edge of the crease and bowling it just outside the leg stump. Well played stroke. Rajiv De Silva keeping the ball under control for 4. So the stands behind there, what you see in the background empty. That's the stand to the right of us. Perhaps most of the big match revelers who were in that stand were at the SSC Carnival last night. What you see there in the background now are the boys' tents. St. Thomas's College is on the left of your picture, and we see just the edge of the Royal College tent. Seneka De Silva doing the fielding. Rajiv De Silva didn't really get hold of that one. Royal College losing their first wicket early this morning after about half an hour's play. So much will depend on this batsman on strike, Rajiv De Silva. He's about the most experienced player in the side, and there's no doubt one Royalist has to make a big score today if they are to save this game. Nisal Fernando coming round from behind the stumps. Seneca De Silva again at mid-off doing the fielding. End of the over.
Here's a quality product from the Oils and Fats Corporation.
12 overs completed. We are coming up to nearly an hour's play now, and the Thomians will certainly have to push that over rate up. They need to bowl as much as they could at the Royalists. Of course, there was a delay for about 5 minutes when Nigel Fernando was hit on the face. SK Jayasinghe, who's operating from the far end, will have a lot of work to do today. He'll have plenty of bowling. That's gone through the vacant gully area. Seneca De Silva is after it. Batsman collect 2 runs as De Silva didn't pick it up clean. Kumbudu Jinadasa is off the mark. He's on 2. Rajiv De Silva at the non-striker's end is on 13. 27 for the loss of 1 wicket. Umpire Vijay Dasa doesn't want to know. The ball lodged in the pad means it's a dead ball. Shout for LBW. He didn't offer a stroke. Sunadasa coming on the front foot, padded up to it, worth a shout, perhaps just outside the off stump. On the pad. Difficult to say from behind the wicket, but possibly going down the leg side. Good over from Jayasinghe. He's bowled 2 overs now, given away 3 runs. After exactly an hour's play, Royal College 27 for 1. The batsman out, Anwar Fernando, caught Jayasinghe at first slip of Samarasekara for 6.
Regal Steel Furniture, Cross Road, Baralla, for your requirements in chromium-plated steel furniture, TV stands, tea trolleys, coffee table sets, dining tables with tinted glass tops, baby cots and ironing boards. Regal Steel Furniture also undertakes to electroplate and manufacture furniture in brass as well as...
இத்துடன் சுயாதீன தொலைக்காட்சி சேவையின் இந்த ஒளிபரப்பு முடிவடைகின்றது. வணக்கம்.
This is the Independent Television Network. We are now closing Transmission 1. We look forward to meeting you this evening on Transmission 2. Good morning, everybody.
Jinadasa on 11. No sign of any spin on the wicket for Seneca de Silva. Jinadasa not being tempted. Royal 37 for 1. St. Thomas's having declared at 245 for 3. Kumarasinghe. Very watchful play by Jinadasa. Royal batsmen quite content to keep their wickets intact and occupy the crease for as long as possible. Their first target, 78 runs, which is their deficit. Quicker ball there by De Silva. Had Jinadasa hurrying. A maiden over by De Silva.
Here's a quality product.
No runs been added. Royal 37 for 1 wicket. Rajiv De Silva on 13. Jayasinghe to Rajiv De Silva. And Jayasinghe, much the danger man, marks the Thomian bowlers. Will now bowl over the wicket. That will go down for 4. 4 byes. A bad ball there by Jayasinghe. Royal 41 for 1. And Jayasinghe's figures. 6 overs, 2 maidens, 9 runs, no wickets. Royal 41 for 1. Rajiv De Silva still on 13. And at the striker's end, that's Kumudu Jinadasa. He's on 11. Rajiv De Silva has been on 13 for about 35 minutes. Very watchful. De Silva to Jinadasa. Playing that ball off the wicket, reading it as a leg break, Ball coming through very slowly. De Silva to Jinidasa. That ball going straight through with the arm. Egalahewa, the field in the outfield, on the deep mid-wicket boundary. And 1 run to Jinidasa. He's on 12. Royal 42 for 1 wicket. Last batsman out, Anura Fernando caught Jayasinghe, bowled Somerset for 6. Royal losing that wicket at 16. De Silva. And certainly De Silva keeping the batsman very quiet. Over end. Goes to Jinidasa. One run to deep mid off. Egalahewa with the fielder. And Royal 43 for 1. Jinidasa goes to 12. Bulankulama made that one full 100 yesterday in 128 balls. To bowl to Rajiv De Silva. Again the ball coming very slowly onto the bat. De Silva able to push it gently in the mid-off region. Bulankulama to De Silva. Very optimistic appeal. Bulankulama to Rajiv De Silva. And that ball spun across the left-hander. Royal still requiring 35 runs to erase the deficit. End of the over. Bulankulama's first over, a maiden, and Royal 1 run coming off it, and Royal 43 for 1. Somerset being brought back from the commentator's box end. And he will bowl to Jinidasa. Both Jinidasa and Rajiv De Silva on 13. Somerset perhaps the only bowler this morning to make any impression on the batsman. He had Anura Fernando caught by Jayasinghe in first slip. Then was very unfortunate when Vishan Demel dropped Rajiv De Silva soon afterwards. And then produced a bouncer which took Nigel Fernando on his jaw, and he's retired hurt. Samasekar to Jinadasa. A good high arm action. A lot of variation. Jayasinger, the captain in first slip. And that ball coming sharply back at Jinadasa. They very well get behind it. Had to hurry his stroke. But that gives you some idea of how easy paced this wicket is. Samasekar to Jinadasa. Bowled him. Bowled him. An excellent Yorker. Jinadasa played all over it. As I said, Samasekar is the one bowler today who's been worrying the Royal batsman. He's a thinking bowler, and that was a well-directed delivery. As you can see it now, comes in, and there's Jinadasa seeing the Yorker too late, playing right across it, and he's comprehensively bowled. A very important breakthrough for St. Thomas's. And as you can see from the supporters in the Thomian enclosure,
Mahara Kadavata Seema said.
Fernando, he's got a promotion. Now let's have a replay at that last wicket, that of Jinadasa. Jinadasa coming on the front foot, and then the ball going underneath his bat. He got yorked. Leg stump. Good delivery from Johan Samasekar. Royal College have lost 2 wickets, and certainly the Thomians must be now feeling the loss of having missed Rajiv De Silva. First to go was Andre Fernando, caught chasing a ball Samasekar for 6. He was caught at first slip. Nisal Fernando was hit on the jaw attempting to hook Johan Samasekar. He has retired into the pavilion. We have no news of what the damage is. He had made 3 runs then, and Jinadasa the last man out. Jinadasa made 13 runs. Rajiv De Silva is on 13. And here's Samasekar. Chaminda Fernando came in at number 8 in the first innings. He's the informed Royal batsman in the last inter-school game. He had a century and a half century, made 40 runs in the first innings. There's no doubt that Royal College will expect a good batting performance by Fernando. Johan Samasekar, meanwhile, has bowled extremely well this morning. He's picked up both wickets to have fallen. Optimistic shout, hit him pretty high. Just about 17 minutes left to the lunch break. There's no doubt that the Thomians will be looking for one more wicket. Royal College still 35 runs in arrears on the first innings. Good over from Samasekar, picked up the wicket of Kumadu Jinadasa.
Mahara Kadavata Seema.
Rajiv De Silva. Three fielders in close catching positions, And possibly skipper Jayasinghe could push another one in front of the bat. Rajiv De Silva was missed at 10:42 this morning, so he's batted for 1 hour since Vishaan De Mel dropped him at second slip off Samarasekara. Royal-Thomian got some turn on that one. The Thomian spinners will have to give the ball plenty of air, tempt the Royal batsman to try and have a go. And also when they give it air, the ball takes some spin off this pitch. Maiden over from Royal-Thomian. Samarasekara taking the score up to 43 for 2. Rajiv De Silva is on 13 and he has been at that score for about 53 minutes now. Denver Lewis on the ball quickly, but he can't prevent the single. .44 for 2. Now 34 runs in arrears on the Thomian first innings score. Rajiv De Silva angling that ball away, picks up a run after 54 minutes and he gets 2 runs for it as Ekelaheva picks the ball up and throws his return in. 46 for 2. Johan Samarasekara has picked up both wickets to have fallen this morning, and he also hit Nigel Fernando on the face, on his jaw, when he attempted to hook a bouncer. And right at the bottom of that scorecard, you see 25 overs, and that is certainly not adequate from a Thomian point of view. They should have bowled at least 30 overs by now. Denver Lewis picking that one up. Rajiv De Silva, batsman on strike, will have to do a lot of work for Royal College. He'll have to stay there for at least a couple more hours to see his side to safety. It's a good delivery. Samarasekara has been troubling the batsman. He's got something off this pitch and he's been very accurate today, quite in contrast to the way he bowled in the first innings. Rajiv De Silva was hit on his guard there, obviously in pain. Says do some bending exercises, I suppose. Rajiv De Silva stretching himself out, trying to relieve the pain. And actually you get a pain somewhere around your stomach and around your back. Full toss and well played. Bisects extra cover and mid-off. Seneca de Silva giving chase. Pushes it just inside the boundary. 3 runs to Rajiv de Silva. The score moves on to 49 for the loss of 2 wickets. Rajiv de Silva on 18 now. Flags waving now. They don't have very much to shout about, but certainly that was a good stroke by Rajiv de Silva, driving between extra cover and mid-off for 3 runs.
Hazelnuts.
From Bulankulama. 2 runs brings the half century for Royal College. 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. They've batted for 112 minutes, coming up in 26.1 overs. Bulankulama is an accurate off-spinner. He's a bit open-chested when he delivers. Not a great spinner of the ball. And that's what he's got to cultivate if he's going to be a good off-spinner in the future. Get more turn off the pitch. That's a bad bit of fielding there. But no damage done. Adhikaram was the culprit. 51 for 2. Hero of yesterday made 101 runs, batting for 312 minutes and stroking 12 boundaries. Bulankulama deciding to come around the wicket to the left-hander. Rajiv de Silva continuing to play this defensive role quite naturally, because Royal College started this morning 78 runs in arrears.
Stop.
Adhikaram, the fielder, didn't have a very auspicious start. Adhikaram to his batting in this big match was out for no score yesterday. Charminder Fernando promoted from number 8 to number 4. Square cut powerfully, but straight to cover. Denver Lewis, the fielder there. Samarasekera has a very whippy action. He's not a particularly big-made lad, but certainly he gets a fair bit of pace, and his bouncer is quite a good one. Of course, the last one went pretty high over the batsman's head. No problem for Chaminda Fernando. And here's Fernando ready for Samarasekera. That's a rare stroke. Fernando knows that he should not play such a stroke with the scoreboard clock almost coming up to lunchtime, about 3 minutes of play remaining. That's well played, a glorious stroke by Chaminda Fernando. He just leant into it and just creamed it between extra cover and cover. What a good stroke by Chaminda Fernando. .57 for the loss of 2 wickets. Chaminda Fernando is on 8 and Rajiv De Silva is on 19. Chaminda Fernando would have expected that from Samarasekera, a bouncer straight after that good stroke played by Fernando. .57 for 2 after 28 overs. Certainly in the last over of this session. So the leg spinner comes on for this final over. Seneca De Silva. He had a short spell from the commentator's box end. Bowled 4 overs for 4 runs. Short one, pulled away, that's going for 4 runs. Down to the backward square leg boundary. Very short delivery by Seneca De Silva. He pulled it down halfway down the track. Rajiv De Silva made use of it, hammering it for 4. 23 for the lot to Rajiv De Silva. 61 is the score. Short deliveries there from Seneca De Silva, forcing Rajiv De Silva onto the back foot.
Somerset to De Silva. Ball keeping quite low, but well outside De Silva's leg stump. Somerset, the pick of the Thomian bowlers in the morning, had opener Anwar Fernando caught in the slips. Was unfortunate to see Rajiv De Silva dropped, and then bowled Janadasa. Lewis in the covers. St. Thomas's desperately needing wickets. Royal quite content to occupy the crease as long as possible. Royal making a very good decision to send in their number 8, Chaminda Fernando, in the number 4 slot, batting in the higher position because Nigel Fernando, the number 3, was struck on the jaw from a short rising delivery which bowled by Somerset and had to retire hurt. And he's been dropped again. Somerset at the field at the time. Sorry. Somerset is dropped by Pujita De Silva. And Rajiv De Silva gets a second life. We have some interference here on our monitor, so it is very difficult to pick up images on a screen which is producing a very blurred picture. So Royal 68 for 2. And Somerset to bowl to Chaminda Fernando. Very enthusiastic appeal, but the ball going down the leg side and also striking Chaminda Fernando quite high up on his leg. Somerset to Fernando. Beautiful shot there. But straight to Pujita De Silva. A good over by Somerset. Royal 68 for 2. Rajiv De Silva 24. And Chaminda Fernando 14. Somerset once again unfortunate to see Rajiv De Silva dropped off his bowling. And St. Thomas's certainly not as tight in their fielding as they would like to be. Jayasinghe, the captain, to bowl to the left-handed Rajiv De Silva. Jayasinghe to De Silva. That ball going straight through, outside the leg stump. A stroke which De Silva has been playing regularly in the morning session, the dead bat for defense. Well flighted. No evidence of any spin and deviation for Jayasinghe. Left foot well forward. Dead bat. Jayasinghe to De Silva. Lewis the fielder. You see the close in field there. Vijay Gunawan in the slips. And De Silva quite happy to come forward. 68 for 2. That was a maiden over by Sanjeeva Jayasinghe. 7 overs, 3 maidens, 15 runs, no wickets are his figures. And it'll be Somerset from the scoreboard end. Chaminda Fernando, an aggressive batsman, scored 40 runs in the first innings and was last out. Somerset moving his fine leg round. Now balls to Fernando. Got his bat to that ball. And Royal 69 for 2 wickets. Getting closer and closer to wiping out the deficit of 78 runs. Somerset to bowl to Rajiv De Silva, who's 24. Lewis the fielder. Lewis the specialist cover fielder for St. Thomas's. .69 for 2 wickets Royal. This pair have put on 26 runs. Kumar Singh as a substitute fielder. Fielding in place of Vishan Dimel. Very resolute defense by Rajiv De Silva. Not taking any chances, but blessed with 2 lives. End of the over, 69 for 2 Royal.
Sri Lanka Rajya Vanja Tractor Neethigata Sansthawa Lo Supatala Messi Ferguson
Pulled his first ball to Chaminda Fernando. No stroke offered. Ball going down to short fine leg off the field, off the batsman's pad. Bulankulama in the mid-on position. And that ball certainly spun a bit. Fernando getting a thick inside edge and getting 1 run. So he goes up to 15 and Royal 70 for 2 wickets. Misfielding there by Seneca De Silva, but fortunately only 1 run resulted. It's Royal 71 and St. Thomas's losing their grip on this game. Royal batsmen batting very sensibly. That's Lewis, the fielder. End of the over. So Royal 72 for 2.
We sell so much more than air tickets at Gabo Travels. We give you so much more.
So Royal College gradually edging up to that deficit mark, 78 runs behind on the first innings. They are now 72 for 2. Johan Samarasekara. No ball, takes a score on to 73 for 2. Johan Samarasekara has bowled extremely well in this innings. Unfortunate not to have had Rajiv Peiris. Peiris was first dropped when he was 7. That was this morning at 10:42, and then he was dropped when he was 23. So dropped twice on 7 and 23. First it was Vishan Demel at second slip. Then Pujita De Silva came in front of second slip from third slip and spilled the catch. That was just after the lunch break. That's a good stroke by Chaminda Fernando. Picked that one up and hammered it into the mid-wicket boundary for 4. .77 now for the loss of 2 wickets, Royal College. Chaminda Fernando is on 10 and Rajiv Peiris is on 25. Another good stroke between the bowler and mid-on. It's racing away to the long on boundary. Seneca De Silva can't catch it. 4 more, so 2 consecutive boundaries to Chaminda Fernando. Royal College are 3 runs ahead now. They are 81 for the loss of 2 wickets. The Thomians had a first innings lead of 78. So Chaminda Fernando, who's on your screen, promoted from number 8 up to number 4, certainly playing some good attacking strokes. Samarasekara attempting to bowl the Yorker. Chaminda Fernando jabbing down on it, picking up 1 run as the ball goes to the vacant short square leg area. From wide mid-off, preventing the single. End of the over.
We sell so much more than air tickets at Gabo Travels. We give you so much more. Friendly advice, beneficial routing, money-saving, time-saving destination information, visa processing and travel documentation, all of which can come only from an experienced, dedicated team of professionals who care. Gabo Travels at Fort and Bamalapitia, where you get so much more than your ticket.
Rotatiki Adipala Tractor Kubota, Bhavitin Nava Takshanik Diunwin, Adipala Sampan engine, Idiriyata Gear Haya, Pasupasata Gear Dekak, Badubahiradi Kadinamin Sa Paswin Pravahane Kirima, Makin Rakanayama. නගුලකින් සීසෑමේදී අමතර ශක්තිය. සුළු ඉඩ ප්‍රමාණයකදීද ලේසියෙන් හැරවීමේ පහසුකම්. ඕනෑම කුඹුරක් මඩ කිරීමට ඔරොත්තු දෙන අමතර බල ශක්තිය. ජලය පොම්ප කිරීම. අස්වැන්න හුලං කිරීම. විවිධ ප්‍රයෝජන රසක්. අඩු වැයකින් වැඩි ඵල ප්‍රයෝජන. කුබෝටා. Kubota Tractor Seva සහ අමතර කොටස් පහසුකම් ශ්‍රී ලංකා රජයේ වාණිජ ට්‍රැක්ටර් නීතිගත සංස්ථාවෙන් සහ වෙළඳ නියෝජිතවරුන්ගෙන්.
Chaminda Fernando has just picked up 1 run, pushing the ball to extra cover. And Jayasinghe now switching on to bowling around the wicket. Jayasinghe going right to the edge of the crease to bowl that one. That one spun, went right across the left-hander. Ball pitched on around middle stump and beat Rajiv Peiris completely. That's the end of Jayasinghe's over. 36 overs completed now in this innings. Royal College 83 for the loss of 2 wickets. The 2 batsmen out. Andrew Fernando was caught by Jayasinha of Samarasekara for 6. Kumudu Jinadasa was bowled by Samarasekara for 13. Nigel Fernando is in the pavilion. He retired hurt after being hit on his jaw. He had made 3 at that point. Rajiv De Silva is on 25. He's on 27. He's on 25, I beg your pardon. And on 27 is the man with the visor and helmet, Chaminda Fernando. The bowling figures so far for the Thomians: Egalahaver 5 overs, none for 6. Pujita De Silva 3 overs and none for 8. Samarasekara 10 overs, 2 for 33. SK Jayasinha 10 overs and none for 13. Seneka De Silva 5 overs and none for 8. And Bulankulama 3 overs and none for 3. Samarasekara has picked up both wickets which have fallen in this innings, and lucky not to have Rajiv De Silva, who has been missed twice so far off his bowling. So Seneka De Silva taking over from Samarasekara, coming in from the far end. SK Jayasinha doing the fielding there at short extra cover. Seneka De Silva's field, a slip, backward point, extra cover, fairly deep and a short extra cover, deep mid-off, long on, short mid-wicket, forward short leg and a deep square leg. Chaminda Fernando driving and again finding SK Jayasinha in the way. Silva picked up 2 wickets in the first innings. So too did Jayasinha and Bulankulama. So the Royalists have cleared the first innings deficit and are 5 runs ahead now. Quickly taken single. Takes Rajiv De Silva onto 26 and the score now 84 for 2. SK Jayasinha bowling round the wicket for the first time to Chaminda Fernando. So he takes his leg stump guard. Seneka De Silva fielding in the covers. Jayasinha's field, a slip, cover, extra cover, fairly deep mid-off. There's a long on, short mid-wicket, forward short leg, deep square leg and deep mid-wicket. So a defensive leg side field with 3 fielders on the boundary. Johan Samarasekera was the bowler who claimed both wickets in this Royal innings. And this pair taking the score from 43 for 2 now up to 85 for 2. De Silva, the right arm leg spinner, will continue bowling. About 35 minutes of play completed after the lunch break, and the Thomians unable to get the breakthrough. As you can see, the ball coming pretty easily off the pitch. Hardly any turn or pace on it, and the batsman now playing quite comfortably. Full toss, hit straight to extra cover for Jai Singh to do the fielding. Denver Lewis is at silly point. First slip is Vijay Gunawardena. Sal Fernando after it very quickly. Prevents the single. Rajiv De Silva taking no chances whatsoever against the spin bowlers. Content on just keeping his end going. That was a maiden over, bowled by Seneka De Silva. The bowling figures so far for the Thomians: Egalaheva 5 overs none for 6, Pujita De Silva 3 overs none for 8. Johan Samarasekera, the most successful bowler, he's claimed both wickets to have fallen. 10 overs 2 for 33. SK Jai Singh 11 overs none for 30. Seneka De Silva 7 overs none for 8, and Bulankulama 3 overs none for 3. For the loss of 2 wickets, Royal College have been wiped out. That 78-run first innings deficit, now 6 runs ahead. Full toss, driven straight to extra cover, where Johan Samarasekera is the fielder. Again, it's driven to extra cover, and Samarasekera the fielder once again. Hit in the air, but safe. Goes on the second bounce to the mid-off fielder, that's Adhikaram. That single takes the score on to 85 for 2. With Chaminda Fernando on 28 and Rajiv De Silva on 26. Silva going through with the drive. Used a lot of butter man there. Ball stayed in the air for a while, but safe. No fielders in front there. Ball going well out of reach of Putra De Silva, who's at silly point. End of the over. 85 for the loss of 2 wickets. Royal College with Rajiv De Silva on 26 and Chaminda Fernando on 28. 40 overs completed in this innings.
And a change in the bowling now. Bulankulame to bowl his off spinners to Chaminda Fernando. And Chaminda Fernando certainly being aggressive when the need is there. He's picking the right balls to hit and hitting them very well. Here he batted extremely well in the first innings to get 40, and he's just continuing in that vein at the moment. So Jayasinghe now putting a great reliance on his spinners. So it's Bulankulame again. Chaminda Fernando certainly showing the responsibility now of a number 4 batsman. A little flick down to square leg and another single. Royal now 86 for the loss of 2 wickets. Battling away, doing the right thing, and the anchor man Rajiv De Silva, the opening bat, still on 26. And a very mature thing being served. And we've got some records over there. And it's Samarasekera now to bowl from the commentary box end. Samarasekera, the only bowler who's looked like getting wickets here. Just getting that little bit more out of the wicket. Down the leg side. Fernando doing a soccer goalie type dive to save what would have been 4 byes. Samarasekera attempting to bowl this Yorker. The ball he was very successful with against Chinnadosa, who played right over it and across it and was bowled out for 13. And a magnificent cover drive, and that's gone for 4. Chaminda Fernando, Royal's opening bowler, now playing the role of a batsman, and very, very aggressive one indeed. He does not spare the loose ball and is putting some authority into this Royal batting, while Rajiv De Silva is very correctly playing the anchor man. He's been there all morning and halfway through this session for 26, with the exception of one blemish just after lunch when he was dropped at second slip. He's been as solid as ever. So Chaminda Fernando just opening his shoulders, playing with great ease, because this wicket has been improving throughout this game and is a very good batting wicket at the moment. And I still believe St. Thomas's should have declared last night and put Royal in for about 45 minutes. Probably picked up a couple of wickets, and Royal would have been really in trouble this morning. But instead they batted on. And here we are seeing the result now of a very, very wonderful rearguard action by Royal. They've been batting with purpose, not throwing their wickets away as they did in the first innings, but a lot more determination in their batting today. The little nudge by Rajiv Peiris down to third man gets him 2 runs. And Royal now 93 for the loss of 2 wickets. Chaminda Fernando on 34 and Rajiv De Silva on 28. So a superb effort by Royal. And I also must say that St. Thomas's has been on the attack all the day. They've had close-in fieldsmen, 3 slips in a gully. So Jayasinghe very conscious that he must have a breakthrough very soon, or the match will simply slip away. And it's Bulankulame now to bowl his gentle off-spinners to Chaminda Fernando. Well, Royal must be hoping that Chaminda Fernando doesn't have a rush of blood to his head and do something silly like loft the ball into the deep field as he did in the first innings. He has scored 100 against Trinity and 50 in the same match. So he's proved that he could stay there and get a big score, because Royal need one player to get a big score to save this match. We've got to apologize to viewers if we don't stay with the picture. We've got a wobbling monitor here, which just goes on the blink from time to time, and we really don't know what the viewer is actually seeing. A looping off break there. That one tossed right in there, and at the end of the over, Royal 94 for the loss of 2 wickets. As you see, De Silva on 28 and Fernando on 35. And De Silva doing a sterling job for his college. Having opened the innings this morning, is still there, grafting away and certainly doing the right thing by his school. Got some boisterous Thomians behind us, singing their voices off, which I think viewers could hear. Well, I must say they're not exactly the Glasgow Orpheus Choir, but they've got a bit of volume. Another lovely drive off the back foot to point for a single, taking Chaminda Fernando to 36. And Rajiv De Silva on 28. Royal 95 for the loss of 2 wickets, and the last wicket falling at 43. So this partnership now 52 runs. Very, very valuable partnership indeed. short, rising, De Silva getting right behind it, batting with a lot of purpose and determination. Samarasekera now deciding to bowl round the wicket, to angle that ball into the left-hander. And that was a very good ball indeed. Angling it into the left-hander, and it left him, it cut away from him. A ball that one would say is almost unplayable, and Rajiv De Silva couldn't play it either. He was lucky not to get a touch. Overpitched, wide outside the off stump. They got a single through the covers. At the end of the over, Royal 97 for the loss of 2 wickets. And now for a change of commentators, Neil Chandram.
It's Bulankulama. Ball to Rajiv De Silva. St. Thomas's desperately needing a wicket. And Roy getting out of difficult situation. The wicket slower and slower as the day progresses. Adhikaram fielding in extra cover. Bulankulama not a great spinner of the ball, and certainly will have his work cut out to get a wicket on this very, very easy pitch. De Silva has been batting a little over 3 hours and has shown immense patience. And as you saw, that well-flighted delivery played very easily by De Silva. No bounce. Quicker ball. Bowling change. Egalaheva coming on in place of Samarasekera. Bowls Chaminda Fernando. Fernando playing a very responsible innings here. Not afraid to hit the loose ball. Has scored 36. And very much the senior partner in this 44-run partnership.
Bring back my ball.
Problem with the spectators across the side screen.
We'd like to do something for a very special request. At the border, down Mexico way. That's where I fell in love with South Sebastian Mountain.
Play held up. So Royal 87 for 2. 9 runs clear of the Thomian totals.
That's a picture in old Spanish way.
97 for 2. Correction.
We were so gay, south of the border, down Mexico way.
Fernando now satisfied. Ekeleheva to Fernando on the leg stump and a leg by. No, he's got his bat to it. So that's one more to Fernando. He goes up to 37. And Royal 98 for 2 wickets. A very useful partnership by these two batsmen. They've added 55 runs. And more than that, they've occupied time at the crease. And again, I think that ball dropping just short of Vijay Gunawardene at second slip. A good ball there by Ekeleheva. Had Rajiv De Silva feeling for it outside the off stump. An outside edge. Royal 98 for 2. Rajiv De Silva on 29. And that time Ekeleheva is straying a bit down the leg side. Balls now to Rajiv De Silva. Lewis Fields. One run in that over. Royal 98 for 2. A tense battle with Royal taking all the honours for the day's play. St. Thomas's having only themselves to blame, having put down 2 catches of Rajiv De Silva, both off the bowling of Somersecker. Bulankulama to bowl to Fernando. Fernando not very disturbed, quite happy to push forward. Skip Jayasinghe coming across to have a word with Bulankulama. That ball thrown up a little bit more, but again coming very slowly off the wicket. Fernando almost abandoning his role of an aggressive batsman. Plenty of time to get on the back foot and push it gently to forward short leg. Somerset of the field at forward short leg. End of the over, 98 for 2 Royal. Misfielding there, first by Adhikaram, then by Lewis, and De Silva gets 1 run, he goes up to 30. And Royal are 99 for 2 wickets. And dropped again. Very hard chance. Hit straight back to Egalaheva. He would have done very well to hold on to it. And here we watch the replay. As you can see, Fernando hitting it very hard, and Egalaheva on his follow through gets it into the palm of his hand, but it drops out. So it's the third catch St. Thomas's have dropped. All admittedly difficult. Egalaheva to Fernando. Full toss, swung high and hard. Kumarasinghe is behind it. He'll cut it off, and he does. The batsmen go through for 2 runs, which brings up Royal's 100. $101 for 2. The 100 coming up in 195 minutes. In 47 overs and 4 balls. Egalaheva to Fernando. And Fernando whipping that one down to mid-wicket. Kumarasinghe in the fielder there. Kumarasinghe fielding as substitute for Vishan Dibel. And Chaminda Fernando on 39. And he must have bowled him. Yes, he has. That ball had Chaminda Fernando going down the wrong line and was comprehensively bowled between bat and pad. A ball keeping a little low, and as you watch the replay, Ekalaheva to Fernando, and yes, he did go down the wrong line. But an excellent knock by Fernando. He scored 39 at a stage when Royal could quite easily have collapsed. When he came in, Royal were 43 for 2 wickets. But the 39 that he scored, not only in terms of runs, but in terms of occupation of the crease, a most invaluable contribution to Royal's total. He's had a good match batting-wise. He scored 40 in the first innings, 39 in the second innings. And the new batsman, Captain Chandana Jayakodi, with a lot of responsibility on his shoulder. And these are the traditional smoke bombs that are exploded during Royal-Thomian. Very colourful. But must be very exasperating to those people in the stands. Ekalaheva ended that over. Bulankulama to bowl a new over. And he will bowl to left-hander Rajiv De Silva. And umpire Vijayadasa indicates that Bulankulama will be coming round the wicket. The details of Chaminda Fernando's innings in a few minutes, but it's Bulankulama now to Rajiv De Silva. Chaminda Fernando batted for 94 minutes, scored 39 runs and faced 75 balls, and in his innings had 5 boundaries. At Silly Midon, we have Samarasekara, and at Silly Point, we have Pujita De Silva. The lone slip, Vajra Vijayagunawardena. Bulankulama to Rajiv De Silva. Royal 101 for 3.
So the Thomians finally getting the breakthrough that they needed very much. Perhaps a bit too late, because we've seen 80 minutes of play completed after the lunch break. It was after 75 minutes that they got the breakthrough. They needed one perhaps in around half an hour before lunch. They had the opportunity when Rajiv De Silva offered a cash to the slips. Pujita De Silva spilled it. So Rajiv De Silva is still out there. Dropped once at 10:42 and then about 10 minutes after the lunch break. He's on 30 now, and Royal 101 for 3. So that's a very rare stroke by the skipper. First delivery he faces, wide outside the off stump. Adhikaram feels that one, played defensively by Jayakodi, getting right up the pitch this time. Bat and pad together, a correct forward defensive stroke. Left armer Egalaheva is not a really quick bowler, but he certainly bowls a good line, good length, does a little bit with the ball, moves it both ways. Useful left arm seam bowler. Driven in the air, straight to backward point. That's Pujita De Silva doing the fielding. Good delivery there by Egalaheva. Maiden over, the last one. Jayakodi had to bring his bat down pretty quickly. Nigel Fernando, who received a blow on his face, on his cheekbone, has got a swollen cheek. If he's required to bat, he will probably come in later in the order. Rajiv De Silva taking his time to settle down, and here comes Bulankulama. "50 overs completed now in this innings. Bulankulama giving that one plenty of air, but getting hardly any turn off the pitch. No, Rajiv De Silva didn't get his bat onto it. Off the pad to Johan Samarasekera at forward short leg. End of the over. Royal College 3 wickets for 101. 51 overs completed. So the 3 batsmen out. Fernando for 6. Jinadasa for 13 and Chaminda Fernando for 39. The bowling figures so far for the Thomians. Egalahewa has bowled 8 overs, 1 for 10. Good bowling by the left-arm medium pacer. Pujitha De Silva, 3 overs, none for 8. Samarasekera, 12 overs, 2 for 43. Jayasinghe, 12 overs, none for 21. Seneka De Silva, 7 overs, none for 8. And Bulankulama, 9 overs, none for 5. The Royal College batsmen showing much more application in this innings than in the first innings. They had to bat out almost the whole day today, and so far they have been doing what has been required of them. So there it is, Egalahewa just doing a little bit. That time the ball moved slightly away from Jayakodi, and Jayakodi a little bit uncertain as he came forward, playing it defensively. Single taken quickly. So that's the first run for Jayakodi, and Royal now 102 for 3. On strike, Rajiv De Silva. He's on 30. End of Egalahewa's over. 51 overs completed. Three close-in fieldsmen, all crouching and waiting, hopeful of a chance. The Thomians need to get at least 2 wickets before the tea break if they are to stay in this game. The Royalists need to hold on. There's 20 mandatory overs in the final hour. Dead ball signaled by umpire Vijayadasa. That's the end of Bulankulama's over. 102 for 3. With Rajiv Piris on 30 and Chandana Jayakodi on 1. Going to be Egalaheva to continue bowling. Nisal Fernando running round quickly to his right. Very athletic, acrobatic wicketkeeper. Little Nisal Fernando. Rajiv De Silva has been out there all day. Opened the innings. He's on 30. Egalaheva now in his 10th over. Bowled his first 9 overs for 11 runs. He's picked up the wicket of Chaminda Fernando. We've got just over 20 minutes of play remaining for the tea break. And then there'll be an hour and 20 overs. So chances of a result gradually fading away. It's in the air and Rajiv Piris is gone. Egalaheva picks up his second wicket. Thomian supporters are delighted. So Royal have lost their 4th wicket. Here's Egalaheva. Very nice flowing run up to the wicket. It's right up, a very long delivery stride. And there's that one bowled just outside the off stump. Rajiv De Silva hitting it on the up, using a lot of bottom hand as he finishes up, and spooning a catch there to extra cover. There it is. That's Johan Samarasekera. Johan Samarasekera holding on to the catch. Rajiv De Silva goes this time. 3rd time lucky for the Thomians. De Silva missed twice, and he opened the innings, was missed twice, first at 10:42. So had the Thomians held on to that catch, Royal would have certainly been in a lot of trouble by now, but De Silva has stuck it out. (102 for the loss of 4 wickets now. Royal College just 24 runs ahead of the Thomian score. So the two medium pacers, Eggalaheva and Samarasekara, picking 2 wickets each. No signs of Nigel Fernando, who retired hurt for 3, hit on the jaw. The new batsman is Jayawardena. .54 overs completed. 102 for 4 Royal College, with Jayakodi on 1 and Jayawardena yet to open his account.